Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Stephanie. Welcome if this is your first visit to my YouTube channel. This week we will be doing a pick a card reading for the week of January 3rd through January 9th, 2021. So our first full week of 2021, how is everybody feeling? Any shifting? Anything going on? Did we leave anything behind in 2020? Do we have any new intentions for 2021? Let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're working on. So this week it will be a 3-card pick a card for each group. The cards themselves are going to be your objects to choose from this week. And I'm doing 3 kind of smaller decks or smaller publication decks, I guess, indie decks, they're sometimes called. So that are just really fun this week. And just to kind of promote smaller businesses or the artists and the creators of these decks, I will link them below in case you are interested in any of them. But let's get started with which ones are which. So this is going to be what we call group 1. Let me just grab the top card there. This is going to be group 1, and it's chicken noodle soup, which is super cute. And then we will call this one group 2, and it's a cup of coffee. I am intentionally covering the theme words below because I want you to kind of focus on the graphic and the energy of it. And then this last one, which I know is the one I will choose, is chocolate bar. So just take a second and focus on those. Chicken soup, chicken noodle soup group 1, good cup of coffee group 2, and chocolate bar group 3. And while you kind of tune into those and focus a little bit, I'll tell you about the decks we're using this week. So this one that we're choosing and using as our objects this week is the Cozy Comforts deck by Sunbeam Tarot. I think she has a YouTube channel. I'm not sure. I did purchase this from Etsy. These are adorable cards. And let's just have a look at a couple of the other ones while you're choosing. Like molten lava cake. That would be a choice for me too. Pasta carbonara, nachos, chili. But then she's given kind of 3 keywords or 3 energies for each comfort food. So it's just kind of a cute idea for a deck. And then the second card we use for each group this week, I have used before. I love this deck. It's from a wonderful reader named Laura on Etsy. Her readings are amazing. And she creates, I think she has an Archangel Oracle card deck. She's an artist. She does the artwork for the cards, and this is her Animal Friends Oracle. But there's a lot of cards in there that can just carry a general energy too. So they're not all, you can apply them to your pets or animals if you have those, but they also are applicable to humans for some of the cards as well. So that is a cute deck. And then this last one that we will use this week is called the Midnight Oracle. I absolutely love the artwork on this. I need to learn more about the creator of it. It's a very kind of simple deck, just with keywords. It was gifted to me. Thank you. And I love it. This is the first time we're using this one and the Cozy Comforts deck here in a pick a card. So I hope you have all tuned in, chosen which comfort food you want. If you want all 3, that's totally fine. It would make like a well-rounded meal. So also, if you stumble across this video and we are not within the January 3rd to January 9th time frame, and the information resonates for you, it's totally fine to take it whenever you come across it. So let's set these 2 aside and start with those of you who chose the chicken noodle soup, group number 1. So the 3 keywords for the chicken noodle soup group are family, healing, and rest, which makes sense. When you think about the energy of chicken noodle soup, it's very comforting, very warming, very nurturing. You know, maybe some of us, as we went through the holidays, were able to see our families for the first time in a very long time, or we weren't able to, and we needed a little extra nurturing and healing and comfort. A lot of us had to do things virtually and, you know, see our families from afar. So still in an energy that needs a lot of comfort, a lot of nurturing, just kind of slowing down and making sure we're taking care of ourselves. So that is for you, chicken noodle soup folks. Make sure you're engaging in plenty of self-care. And then your, sorry, I had a cat that looked like she was going to jump. this is interesting, along with the chicken noodle soup. We think of chicken noodle soup when we need something healing, or maybe we've been a little under the weather, we've had a cold or the flu, and just need some extra nurturing. So the card that comes out from the Animal Friends Oracle for you is the health card. So really also giving us the message of slowing down, making sure we're taking care of ourselves. So many of us have been so worried about the collective energy, or these spiritual shifts or those sort of things. We may have been neglecting our physical bodies. So take an assessment. See if you need some more rest. See if you need more water. See if you need more vitamin C. See if you need more sunlight. What is it that your physical body, when you check in with it, says it needs? The first of the year is also a really good time to check in with your medical practitioner. Have a yearly exam. I am not a doctor, so please do not take anything I say as medical advice, but just, on a very basic common sense level, it's a great time to check in with your medical practitioner, whether you see a traditional doctor or for the first time, maybe you see an acupuncturist, or you see a massage therapist, or you see a naturopathic physician. It's a great time. We're starting a new year. So, even if you're feeling good, this is kind of an indication to check in and, maintain that wellness, or get a little extra nurturing if you haven't been feeling up to par. That's the cat I mentioned. And then from the Midnight Oracle, we get the tree card. So because I have not used this deck, let me see what the creator lists as the message for tree. So normally I would say growth. Yep, growth, life, family, connections, your roots, health. Can you believe this? Aging. So, we're starting a new year. It's not, our biological birthdays. For some of us, I'm sure it falls this week, but it's the start of a new year. It's the start of a new beginning. Our bodies are making another round. So I love that this came out. These are all very related and very much about checking in. Even if you're feeling great, it's a message to kind of check in and see what you need to do to maintain feeling great. This is very much about our physical health this week. For those of you who chose the chicken noodle soup group. The chicken noodle soup group. Now, on to group 2, those of you who chose the cup of coffee. It is awake, enlightened, but on the flip side, if you burn the candle at both ends a little too long, it can lead to a crash, just like if you have too much coffee. So you may find too, if you have been feeling an energetic shift or a physical shift at all recently, there's been a lot of energy shifting. You may be more sensitive to stimulants like caffeine and like chocolate, which is the next card. But that you may have to make some changes to when you consume it or how much you consume, or it can lead to crashing. So that's your energy for this week. Those of you who chose group 2 is awake, enlightened, and crash. So just be aware of that third one, that, you may just kind of tune in. Again, this is kind of tuning into your physical body, which we got in group 1, to see, have you shifted energetically, and is that affecting your physical body? So then the card you get, group 2, from the Animal Friends Oracle is Positive Outcome, and it's working with Archangel Ariel. So I really love this one because it goes with the awake and enlightened aspects of this cup of coffee. It's about being more aware of your actions, your word, your energies, and how those produce your positive outcome. And this being an indication that you can work with archangels, specifically Archangel Ariel, if you need a little boost or a little clarity in your thought patterns. Sometimes we have to, actually, I'm going to start talking about this next card while we're talking about this one, because I just glanced down and saw this. So as I'm saying this, sometimes we need to reframe, reboot our thought patterns. Our thought patterns become what, this comes up in private readings a lot, especially in the Akashic Records. We have these things called loop patterns, or that I call loop patterns. When we think something for so long, it becomes automatic. It becomes like the groove in a record, in an album. For those of you who are too young, music used to come on albums. But it's, it becomes like that groove where the needle falls into it very easily. it's just automatic. So that's what happens with these loop patterns. And sometimes they're positive habits and actions and thoughts, but sometimes they're not. And sometimes we need to reframe those and we need to work on them and we need to create new grooves with positive patterns and positive habits and positive thoughts so that our needle falls into those grooves automatically instead of the more negative ones. So that's kind of what's coming up with this Awaken Enlightened. And this positive outcome is saying you create that. And if you need assistance with these thought patterns, call on the archangels. Call specifically on Archangel Ariel this week, or for as long as you need to. The angels are always there. We just have to ask. So ask for assistance. Ask for what you need help rephrasing or reframing so that you can create a new pattern. And the reason I pulled this one up when I said that is I was getting the really strong message about rephrase, reframe, reboot some thought patterns, and the Tower card comes out. So, the Tower card in traditional tarot means a crumbling, a falling away, so that new thought patterns, new habits, new perspectives, new energies can emerge. And in this deck, it's about safety, protection, perspective, and falling apart. So very much that same Tower energy about things kind of crumbling so that they can be built anew. So that is your energy for the Cup of Coffee group this week. And then for those of you who chose group 3, the chocolate bar, it's about structure, medicine, and reward. So I have to say I am one of those people that uses chocolate as a reward. If I get this, this, and this done, then I can have some dark chocolate. So maybe what it's saying is some structure when it comes to that would be beneficial. So structure, medicine, and reward. And it is interesting because dark chocolate is, almost the darker you go, the more antioxidants it has and the more beneficial it is as a natural medicine or a supplement. And it can help. It has a little bit, of that kind of caffeine energy. So also be careful how much of that you have and how late in the day you have it if you are a chocolate person like myself. But it also has other things like theobromine that are kind of activating but very calming and can help you focus. So for those of you that are drawn to chocolate, you are maybe drawn to structure and planning and reward systems when you get done what you set out to do. So then for you, this is interesting. So what comes out of the Animal Friends Oracle for you is the Playtime card, which I love because this lizard is like, I'm ready to go. So the Playtime card, I think, when it comes on the heels of the chocolate bar, which says you're a person who either needs or loves, thrives on structure. And maybe you have a reward system set up for yourself. Like I just mentioned about myself, if I get X, Y, and Z done, then I can have a little break. I can have a couple squares of dark chocolate. Maybe loosen your reins a little bit and have some playtime. So for those of us who are kind of structured people and methodical, this is kind of saying don't beat yourself up if you don't accomplish everything in a day that you need to. As long as you're moving forward, that's fine. As long as you're working on the projects that you want to be working on, that's fine. Don't have so much structure that you feel guilt or shame if you don't accomplish what you set out to in a day. Give yourself a little bit of leeway. Have the chocolate anyway, even if you didn't get the project done. Reward yourself with playtime, whatever that looks like for you. For me, it happens to look like chocolate, but for other people, it may look like a run. Whatever it looks like for you, make sure you're working the playtime in as a reward. And then the one that comes out from the Midnight Oracle is the Fruit card. So the Fruit card says, ooh, interesting. These are very interesting this week. It says payoff for hard work, planting seeds. So that is really interesting. I feel like you guys who chose group 3 or were drawn to this chocolate card do have a lot of structure and maybe beat yourselves up when you don't get everything done that you planned to get done, even if these were really high aspirations. So this saying, it's time to let go a little bit. It's time, I keep getting the message, it's time to loosen your reins a little bit. Be working on it, and with having a nature that thrives on structure and plans and organization. Even if you loosen your reins a little bit, you're not going crazy. It's fine. You can trust yourself. It's totally fine. Give yourself a little bit more for playtime. Enjoy the fruits of your labors. Um, you work hard. You deserve to, have a break and have some playtime. Don't go into those negative energies when you don't get done everything you wanted to get done. There really is a real shift in energy and the way time is moving lately. So, you may still be sped up a little more than everybody else is. So, cut yourself some slack, slow down a little bit, enjoy your life, and enjoy your chocolate. So that is the energy for the week of January 3rd through the 9th. I hope you all enjoyed this. Have a great week. Let me know what you're working on, and I will talk to you soon.